Hey guys, you're watching In China. I'm Lynne and this is Elliot.
Hi.
Today I want to talk about the trade war between US and China, and I want to talk about it for a long time.
A serious topic.
Yeah, I used to prefer to call it the trade conflict between two countries because it didn't seem like a really big deal. But I believe now both countries are getting serious. So today I'm going to tell you why China is choosing to take this stand and how do Chinese people feel about this trade war.
On Monday, Chinese state media used strong and determined language to assure its people that while China is open for negotiation, it is also not afraid of fighting a trade war. It also said that China has been through ups and downs in its 5,000 years of history, and this is just a slight mishap. Last week, President Trump decided to raise tariffs on 200 billion of Chinese exports from 10% to 25%, escalating trade tension and set stocks in both countries in a free fall. In response, China announced to raise tariffs on $60 billion of US exports.
As you can see, China is getting tough this time, deciding to retaliate and publicly claiming that we are not afraid of fighting a trade war when it is necessary.
Because China either fights back or accepts what is forced upon it. This is a situation.
Yeah, according to the information we know, the US negotiators even demand us to
Tell us what to do.
With the Chinese laws and enforcements. I mean, this is way too much. If we accepted this, there will be more to come in the future.
And some demands proposed by the US are just gonna hurt China's interest. For example, the US requires that China should expand agricultural import and reduce government subsidy in agriculture.
You see, it is a matter of food security. Government subsidy is to make sure farmers to produce food for 1.4 billion populations in China, because we cannot rely on imports to feed such amount of population, right?
Yep.
Does it make any sense to the US authority?
So as you can see, there are fundamental reasons why China must fight back.
If President Trump thinks he can raise tariffs as a threat and force China to do things he wants, he might be completely wrong, because even if we might not win this war, we got to show some attitude.
Yeah, just like in the 1950s, when everyone thought China would not get into the Korean War because the chance to win was too small. But in the end, China fought a good fight and won.
Yeah, and there are some other examples like when China and the Soviet Union didn't get along, and the latter one threatened to withdraw all the aid and support from China, and China was like, do it completely and quickly.
But China didn't yield.
China don't get threatened, and President Trump should know this too. The examples we just talked about happened like 7 decades ago, so the probability of giving in is even much smaller now.
You know what? I just get a feeling that the US is just like a Soviet Union.
Kind of, yeah.
It forces us to do everything it wants, and it wants every country to play by its rules.
It seems like it is messing with the wrong country. You know what Chinese people say on the social media now?
What?
We don't want to be the enemy of the US, but if you insist, we just have to be the best enemy you have ever seen.
Well, we just saw how the state media is telling the story. People are reposting this video on social media, and most of them are echoing the state media. So, what do you think?
Of course, I'm with China on this one. And actually, our opinion in this video represents like 80% of what people think on Chinese social media. And in China, we would say 杀敌1400， it means killing 1,000 enemies while losing 800 allies. And that is what President Trump is doing now.
Well, trust me, the US economy will be hurt as well.
Of course.
The farmers don't like the uncertainty, and the stock market is reacting badly.
It would be the best if the trade talks goes well, but if Trump wants a trade war, let there be a trade war.
Oh my god, you sound brainwashed.
What do you mean?
Do you know those who really suffer from all of this is people like you and me? Do you know the money that got erased from the stock market is our money?
You mean the people in the financial market?
Yeah.
But the thing is, we didn't create the trouble. China didn't create the trouble. The trouble came to us. So the only thing we can do is to stand up to it. But of course, I guess some people share your view too.
Well, I don't care how much soybean we must buy US. Just hope this ends ASAP, so the stock price will go up again.
Yeah, but still, the attitude matters. Of course, I'm gonna live my life as usual, but at least I'm gonna show some support and social ill. In the past few days, I checked a lot of comments on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Then I find out a lot of American people also don't think it is a good idea. So I would like to see your comments below, and what do you think about this trade war? What do you think about the relationship between China and the US?
And don't forget to like, save, and subscribe our channel for latest updates.
Okay, that's it for today. See you next time.
Bye.